Hello, and welcome to the November 28th, 2018 Zoning Board of Adjustment meeting for Merrimack. If you would all please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty.
Anybody who plans on speaking this evening, if you could please stand up and raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Yeah, have a seat. The next zoning board meeting will be December 19th. And tonight, sitting in for Fran will be Rod and Drew. If you could read the preamble, please.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We will proceed with the petitions in the order they are listed on the agenda unless the board deems it appropriate to take the petition out of order. State law and local ordinances set out the criteria that must be met in order for this board to grant a request. The minimum requirements are outlined on the form provided by the Community Development Office, and the petitioner should proceed with this format to provide adequate justification for the board to grant the request. The chair will then open the meeting to hear testimony either for or against the request. All discussion will be between the speaker and the board. Please be respectful of all, and in the interest of time, refrain from repeating previous testimony. No new documentation will be accepted by the board for consideration this evening, but the board reserves the rights to ask for additional testimony at any time. After hearing the facts from all parties regarding a petition, the chairman will close the public hearing, and the board will deliberate and vote on the request before moving on to the next petition. Please turn off all cell phone and pages.
Thank you, Drew. As a reminder, when you come down this evening, there's a clipboard. Please make sure that you sign in. Excuse me. Also, make sure that the light is bright green. I know the button itself looks green, but actually make sure that's bright green. Before I call the first petition, this evening we're going Celco Partnership, DBA Verizon Wireless applicant, and Brett W. Vaughn, revocable trust owner. That petition has been continued to the December 19th meeting, so we will not be hearing that this evening. So if anybody is here on behalf to speak either for or against, that will be December 19th.
We do need an actual motion.
So moved. And seconded by Kathy. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? That's 5-0. And that's moved.
And this will be the only public notice is the announcement tonight that it's the 19th of December at 7 p.m.
Correct. 19th of December for that. Next is a request for rehearing by Lorraine A. LaRusso regarding case number 2018-30, in which the board denied a variance under section 2.02.76 of the zoning ordinance to permit the construction of a single-family dwelling 23 feet from the wetland, whereas 40 feet is required. The parcel is located at 12 Cary Drive in the R Residential and Aquifer Conservation Districts, tax map 5B, lot 176. This is a request for rehearing. There will be no public testimony on this. It will be discussion from the board. I will start with Rich. Based on the information that was provided, what are your thoughts?
I think we should rehear it.
Okay. You find that there's enough information to warrant a rehearing?
Yes.
Okay. Lynn? Likewise. Kathy? Rod? All right. If that's the thought of the board, can I have a motion?
So moved.
All right. Can I have a second? Seconded by Kathy. So, all to grant the rehearing. Okay. Grant. All in favor to grant the rehearing, say aye. Aye. All opposed? 5-0-0 for to be able to grant the rehearing for Lorraine A. LaRusso regarding case number 2018-30.
That will be scheduled at such time as we receive the new application and abutters notification fees. It doesn't automatically go to the December meeting. It's up to the applicant to meet the deadline for the appropriate meeting moving.
Took the words right out of my mouth, Tim. Thank you. All right, so you are all set. Look to see you soon. Next is Silver Realty LLC, variance under section 3.02 of the zoning ordinance, if you're here, to permit a 2-lot subdivision with one lot having 145 feet of frontage, whereas 250 feet is required. The parcel is located at 102 Bean Road, R1 residential by the zoning map, an Aquifer Conservation District's tax map 6C, lot 145, case number 2018-42. Is Silver Realty LLC here? Oh, come on down, sir. Please sign in and then state your name for the record. I'll have you sign in and just make sure your microphone's on, sir. Is the microphone on? I do need you to speak into the microphone so you're recording. It'll be a bright green light,
Yes, now.
and then pull the mic closer to you. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, members of the board, for the record, my name is Gerald Prunier. I'm an attorney with the offices at 20 Trafalgar Square in Nashua, New Hampshire, and I'm representing Silver Realty LLC here this evening. What we are seeking is a variance for frontage, a dimensional variance. I think the file has the copy of this plan, and we're talking about a lot of 7.5 acres off of Bean Road in Merrimack. And the proposal is to divide the lot in two, one of the lots being 3 acres, the other lot being 4.5 acres. And the lot that has 4.5 acres is the one we're requesting the variance for a dimensional variance as far as the frontage on that particular lot. There is a house that there is a house that has been built, partially built, on that particular lot, and has been in the process of renovating it. The owner had some financial problems, and my client was forced to protect his financial interest in the property, because he was the contractor, by purchasing it at a foreclosure. We are proposing to, of that large 7.5 acre lot, to make 2 lots, as I previously has indicated. And we feel the variance it should be granted, and the conditions that are put on it by the state, I'll quickly go through.
Yep, that's what I'm gonna have you do, is have you stop after each one's, in case there's any questions from the board.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, I
Thank
will
you.
do that. The first thing is the granting the variance would not be contrary to the public interest. The applicant's proposed use of the proposed subdivision is single-family residential, which is the proposed allowed use in that particular area, in that particular district. The granting of the variance will not threaten the public health, safety, or welfare. There's no adverse impact or injury to the public rights, and there will be no measurable impact on the butters because the area is heavily wooded. There's going to be a single-family house, be no traffic problems, and the area is heavily wooded so that it would protect from visibility from the neighbors, as well as the house, as you indicate. The lot is different. It's not a rectangle lot or a square lot. It's a lot with a long throat and then goes in the back. The house will be placed in the back, so it would be out of the direct interest on the road, direct frontage on the road.
Any questions from the board?
The spirit of the ordinance will be observed. There is a safe distance between the driveways and the dwellings. It's over 100 feet from the driveway. It also satisfies all the other dimensional requirements. The frontage is the only requirement that needs a variance. And in fact, there was a use of that lot with a road in it. There was an old logging road that was to it. I will say that it's probably been some time since anyone usually logged, I think, because there's some houses in the back that have been built up, so logging is not important. But there was a logging road in that particular area. There is the driveways that would be outside of this one have already been built, so there would be no traffic problem as far as that's concerned. In the spirit of the ordinance is really a single family as well as not being overbuilt. In our proposal, we feel by adding one single family lot to a 7.5 area lot would not overbuild in that particular area.
Questions from the board?
Thank you.
Number 3, please.
The granting the variance would do substantial justice. There would be being able to use the total lot by the applicant would be a detriment to him, or to, in this case, the LLC, because of the fact that the lodge in the area, it's 100,000 square feet. Both of these lots are much larger than the 100,000 square feet, so the lots are much larger than that required in that particular district. If the applicant is not able to use the lot for the use that's allowed by the zoning ordinance, then we have a loss of a building that can be built and a source of income to the town of Merrimack, and the public is not being hurt by not granting this particular variance.
Questions?
The value of the surrounding properties will not be diminished because of the fact that we're sticking to the use a single-family residence. It will be in the back. The lot is heavily wooded, so that a lot of the wooded area is expected to be left so that it can be more or less hidden from any of the neighbors. Anybody?
Questions? No. Proceed.
And then the special conditions of the property as it distinguished from other properties in the area. It's the fact that this is a lot that's able to be divided into two single-family lots. To do that, there is a long throat that has to be built on one particular lot that has to be not used, but be part of the 4.5 acres. And the shape of that lot is different, but it's not taking away from anything in the area. It allows the applicant to make use of a lot that otherwise nothing could be done with it. The purpose of the ordinances usually is that for the frontage requirement is for traffic and overcrowding of the land. In this particular case, we're having a lot that is much larger than that required in that particular area. It's 4.5 acres, and it's one single driveway that's coming out. And as I've pointed out earlier, that this particular lot meets all of the other dimensional criteria in the ordinance. This is the only one that we're seeking a variance for. And there will be no overcrowding of the area. As I indicated, based upon the fact of the plan, the house would have to be put in the way up in the rear of this particular lot. Again, the driveways wouldn't be one upon the other. There's over 100 feet distance between the driveways, so that there wouldn't be a problem with visibility. And
I mean, no, I'm just waiting. Number 2 or B. as for, what was I saying? Yeah, reasonable, yeah, thank you. Reasonable, proposed use is reasonable
It's
because,
usually because under New Hampshire law, permitted uses, which is single-family residence, by themselves are reasonable.
all right, is everybody felt? Okay.
I do have a question though.
Sure.
In reference to the logging road behind, is that a class 6 road? What is that?
It's an old logging road. I don't think anybody uses it, and it's not affected. It's not. I don't think it's necessary for the use of any of the rear properties because they've already been developed in the back.
There is no town interest in any of that logging road. It's just simply a trail/driveway that's been used on the property historically, but it's not a class 6 or any type of public right of way.
Yeah, no, it's not that. It's definitely not a class 5 or any of those.
All right, thank you.
Any other questions from the board? All right, I'm going to open this up to the public hearing. Is there anybody that would like to speak in favor of this petition?
I just want to make one comment if I
Oh,
can
please,
before.
by all means.
We've already submitted some of the abutters comments and the abutters regulation for it. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Is there anybody that'd like to speak in favor of this petition? Is there anybody that'd like to speak against? Oh, you speak in favor?
I was just gonna say, at least the curb cut's already in place, that's no logging road.
Okay.
That's
Yeah,
all I
if you're
was
gonna,
gonna
okay.
And other than that,
Yeah, you got to sign it and identify yourself, but
oh, John Pearson, I'm sorry.
okay.
Come sign in.
Thank you.
Once you talk,
You have to sign it.
I'm sorry. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Is there anybody else that'd like to speak in favor of the petition? Okay. I am gonna, I guess, based on Silver Realty, there is, and I'm not gonna read it, all of it into record, but there is multiple, there's multiple letters signed by residents of Bean Road approving
Just
this, supporting. Thank you.
All of which can be found in the file for anybody who'd like.
Which is all on file. So is there anybody else that wants to speak in favor? Okay, is there anybody that wants to speak against this petition? Okay. There's no one else to speak against this petition. I am going to close the public hearing and I'll open it up to the board. Rich, what are your thoughts?
I'd like to make a motion. It's okay.
Okay, well, you can make a motion, but we're gonna discuss it beforehand, but go
Okay.
ahead, make your motion.
All right, so I'll start with my thoughts.
Okay,
Sounds good.
sounds good.
Sounds good.
All right, Kathy,
sounds good.
Rod? So that's, and Lynn, any comments?
Great.
Reasonable use? Yeah. Rich?
I'd like to make the motion to grant Silver Realty LLC variance under section 3.02 of the zoning ordinance to permit a two-lot subdivision with one having 145 feet of frontage, whereas 250 feet is required. Parcels located at 102 Bean Road, R1 residential by the zoning map and aquifer conservation districts. Tax map 6C, lot 145, case 2018-42, with the staff recommendations that the petitioner shall obtain planning board approval for the proposed subdivision.
Do I have a second? Seconded by Rod. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? 500. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for everything.
Thank you. And next, Merry Christmas. Thank you, thank you. Next on the agenda is, yes. We're kid. Hey, look at, no one's had a longer day than me. Trust me.
Just try to help.
All right. Any items to discussion? Anybody want to take Tim's time since this is his one meeting and we want to make sure that he gets the most of his one meeting, his annual meeting? Ask him anything you want.
I just
Good evening. Have a good one.
I just appreciate that I chose a meeting that actually will be over before 10:30 this
Oh, I
time,
could
as
change
opposed
that.
to-
We could change it. We could have a couple discussions on ADUs or something. Anything? Okay, no. All right, good. All right. So we have 2 minutes to approve. We have the minutes for September 26th, the meeting.
I move we approve as printed.
Second.
Okay, seconded by Kathy. All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Abstain? Okay. And then we have the meetings, minutes of October 31st.
Ditto.
We have approval by Lynn,
A motion.
a second by Kathy. All in favor, say aye.
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 Abstain.
They weren't here.
No, 0. So 3, 0, 2. And unless there's anything else, do I have a motion to adjourn?
We should preamble.
Do we have discussion of possible actions?
Sure, if you would like to discuss that, I have all the time.
What action?
No, I have nothing.
All right. So do I move to adjourn? Do I have a second? Seconded by Rod. Thank you very much. Everybody have a great week.